Let's look now at the AdWords Keyword Planner. I'm going to show you around, tell you how it works, explain how to get the results that you need, and also give you some things to keep in mind as you use the tool. Now, the Keyword Planner is Google's keyword research tool, and it's free. You will need to have an AdWords account, but you don't need to actually be running ads in order to use it. So to access it, let's go in here in your AdWords account, go up to the Tools option, and then down here we'll click on Keyword Planner. Now, Keyword Planner can be a little confusing, and honestly, it can also be a little misleading in some ways. So I'm going to show you some common pitfalls to watch out for, and some tips to get the data that you need out of this tool. So you can see here, this is the launching pad for Keyword Planner, and we have 4 options, 4 different ways that we can use this tool. Now, this first one, search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. This is primarily what I use, and this is how you can best find new keywords to target based upon phrases that you type into the tool, or even based upon your landing page or a category that you select. So I'll come back to this in a second. The second option, get search volume data and trends. That is relevant if you already have a list of keywords and you just want to see what their search volume trend data and trends have been for, say, the last 12 months. Then you can use this option. If you have multiple lists of keywords that you want to combine, you can use this option. So, for example, say you wanted the word buy included with a bunch of different product types. You could put buy here and all the product types here, and then it would combine them and give you data about them. So it's kind of a helpful tool if you need to do that. And then this fourth option down here, get click and cost performance forecasts. This also is only relevant if you've already picked the keywords that you want to target or at least want to research, and then it will give you some estimated data about what Google thinks will happen with those in the coming months. And we can also access that same thing through this first option. So I'll take care of all of that through this first option here. So let's dive in here, and I'll show you exactly what we can do here. All right, so we have 3 options here. We can enter a keyword or phrase right here. We could enter a landing page. We could select a product, or product category, rather. And you can see there's lots of different categories here, and you can do subcategories and subcategories and all sorts of stuff like that. Personally, I don't find these categories to be super useful much of the time. Typically, I just type in my own phrases up here, but sometimes it can be helpful. And also, if you have a landing page that already has some good keywords on there, that could be another good way to find new keywords. So for this example, I'm just going to type in buy umbrellas, because what we're going to do is we are going to do really a real-life example, and I'm going to walk you through my process for deciding what keywords I would select for a campaign that sells umbrellas. Down here we have 4 options for targeting. So first of all, we have geographic. We can click on here, and you can search for locations using this bar here, or you can do an advanced search, which opens up basically a map here, and you can search things right there. Currently, it's set to the entire world. Typically, you don't want to target the entire world. For this campaign, I'm going to select United States, but you could select a state, you could select a city, you could select multiple cities. So, for example, say we wanted to do Fort Worth, Texas, and Miami, Florida. We could add both of those at the same time. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the options here for geography are not quite as advanced as for actual campaigns. So you can't target by zip code in this area here. I shouldn't say target. You can't research by zip code, and you also cannot research by radius, which is quite annoying. If you, for example, want to target, say, a 50-mile radius around Charleston, South Carolina, you're going to need to look at your own map and figure out what counties or cities are in that area, and then kind of build your own custom plan based upon that. I'm going to remove those here and save that. And then obviously you can pick your language, and typically you'll just want English if you're in the United States, or whatever language you need, pick that. Then right here, there are two options. So you can do research just on people searching Google, or you can also research about people targeting or searching on Google, as well as Google's Search Partners Network, which again is lots of third-party search engines and websites like ask.com and all sorts of places. And typically I go ahead and target Google Search and Google and Search Partners. And then you can select some negative keywords. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I don't. Good example would be the word free. So I don't want people who are looking for free umbrellas to see my ad, so I'll type that in there. And then Google will not include any keywords that include the word free in the estimates that they're going to show us. Then down here we have date range. Currently it's set to show the average monthly searches for the last 12 months. That's the default, and I recommend you just leave it there. That's fine. Over here you've got some different keyword filter options that you can use. I don't have a lot of confidence in how accurate these filters are, so I typically don't use them myself, but if you want to use them, go for it. Then we've got some different keyword options right here. You can select to only show ideas closely related to my search terms. I typically don't select that because I want Google to give me more options, and then I'll decide what's relevant and what isn't. You can also show keywords in my account. Typically I turn that on just in case I'm doing research that might include keywords that are already in my account, and I want to see data about those keywords in the research that we're about to do. Show keywords in my plan. So once we start working, we're going to create a keyword plan, and that is where we're going to find our estimated costs for, say, the next month for moving forward. So I want to leave this as off, because once I add keywords from the main interface into that plan, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, then I don't want them to stay in the main interface because it's just confusing and it clogs up the work area. And then show adult ideas is that last option there, and it's set to off. Let's go ahead and save that. And you can also select to include specific keywords, so only include keywords that you type into a list here. For example, if I only wanted to see keyword estimates for keywords that include the word buy, then I could type the word buy in there. And that can actually be really helpful for whittling down results. Depends what kind of keyword research you're doing. Right now, I'm just going to leave that blank. All right, so let's go ahead and hit Get Ideas.